Okay, so this is my internship overview. My name is Lilly Doba. I am a transfer student, um, and this is my first semester with sport management. And I'd like to think I got a lot done. So this semester I had two different internships and added one towards the end. So my first one was with Girls Club Sports. I was their Twitter coordinator. So the synopsis of the brand is that Girls Club is here to be a resource for you. We want to be a community of women in the sports industry through tips, tricks, and opportunities you want to miss. Um, Basically, they just want to be a women-fronted ESPN style, but also with like tips and tricks on how to better yourself and how to be ready for interviews and use LinkedIn. So then I was also a Cajun AllStar Bowl Scout intern. So the Cajun AllStar Bowl is a proven all-star game for college seniors who are draft eligible. The Cajun AllStar Bowl exposes real NFL draft picks before the combine. Every player's acceptance for an invitation does fully comply with NCAA rules on time clock eligibility, NFL draft eligibility for the scouts to attend and evaluate. So I was a scout intern for that, and it was an amazing opportunity. I greatly enjoyed myself, and am still enjoying myself as it ends in February. So my roles and duties. So obviously each one is different. So one is create content for socials. So I created Instagram posts and Twitter ideas and live tweeted and tried to come up with new ideas all the time on how to elevate our social medias, and what we could do better, and what we were lacking as a group, but also tried to elevate what we were already doing and what we were doing well. My other roles and duties were scout all-star level talent from D1 to D2, D3, and NAIA schools. So scout players create, I spelled that wrong, but create scouting reports, watch film, and assist in anything else needed. Brian was amazing, and Brian is amazing, and he was insanely helpful through the process and made sure you understood each role and each position really, really well before just sending you out and hoping for the best. So my goals for my internships were to grow as a person. This was more of a personal goal, um, just to grow. I think that should be everyone's goal constantly. Grow, elevate yourself, learn what to do the best for yourself. And I think I've done that. So expand my horizons. So media has always been my firstborn interest. It's always been my thing. It's always been something I loved. So really by doing a scout internship, I was expanding my horizons. I was kind of growing in that way, and greatly enjoy expanding my horizons, and become a better creative. I think I have become a better creative because of trial and error, and learning how to help with a brand that is not my own. So did I achieve these goals? Long story short, yeah, I did. I definitely think I've grown quite a bit. Um, I've definitely learned a lot. I've learned how to deal with people and different personalities, and I've learned how to create the best content as much as possible at a high level. And I mean, I expanded my horizons. I went out and I scouted football, and I love football, but I never imagined myself in a scout way. Um, and I figured out, although um, I love football, it's very hard to look at it from a scouting perspective because I can't just go, "Hey, I like that player. I like the way he plays." You just can't say that. So I do think I met my goals, and I think that's awesome. So what did I learn? When it's hard, think of your own goal. So there was times definitely as I had two internships. It was very hard. It's very overwhelming. Your personal life starts to dwindle very quickly. Um, I mean, I had a full-time job, two internships, 18 credit hours. So I was definitely killing it up both ends. So think of your end goal, think of what you want to do. And that definitely helped me and kind of got me through. So look at other creatives for creative inspiration is my next one. Um, I look at so many creatives. I look at different brands. A brand I love to look at right now is Austin Football Club. They are unbelievable. If you ever want to just look at something that is absolutely beautiful, and so in tune with what they want to be looking like and what their brand goal is, Austin FC is it. My next one is to stick to your guns. So if you really, 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 really are obsessed with an idea, find a way to make it work. Um, just make it happen for yourself. Not everybody's gonna love it, but upfront, but you can always make them love it on the back end. So my biggest takeaways is it's always worth the experience. Go out and do it, even if you think maybe you won't like it. It's worth it, and just give it your best shot. That's my next advice. So give it the best you got, and if it didn't turn out right, great. Maybe next time you'll be better. Be willing to be flexible. Obviously, I was super duper flexible. At having 2 internships and everything else going on in my life. So learn how to be flexible. It's not a bad trait to have. What growth have I had in my sport management career? I have used how to use LinkedIn. I've learned how to use LinkedIn, which is awesome. I did not understand LinkedIn before I got here. Before I met Dr. B, did not understand it. Now I do. So learn from other people, even if it's from afar. It's not bad to watch YouTube. I know this is like not the advice that everyone wants to tell you. YouTube is a beautiful resource. If you want to learn not PowerPoint, if you want to learn how to use like Photoshop and want to learn how to use the loop tool, this is it. This is your chance. There's a million videos on the loop tool, and that can be, attached to anything. That doesn't have to be Photoshop. It's just a good example. So more willing to be flexible for my goals. So just make things happen to meet your goals. So what would I tell my younger self? It is give people a chance. Not everyone is out to get you, and people do want you to succeed. I've always had a hard time thinking that people actually want me to succeed, and I've always tried to be my own support system. And so being able to grow my support system within sport management, outside of my family, obviously, has been really, really cool. Obviously, like Dr. B is your biggest supporter. I mean, she will get on your back about things, but in a very like loving, wants you to succeed, almost motherly way sometimes. And I mean, I've made some of the best friends in my life in this program already. Shout out Amanda and Alex. Then say yes. Yes is just another word for growth. That's literally all I needed to say to that. It's not wrong to say yes. And although I've had a lot on my plate this semester, I've learned a ton. My advice for incoming students is trust the process, like Joel Embiid said. It's that simple. Trust the process. You're not going to do well the first time. You might not do well the second time, but you might be on your 500th time, but you might end up doing really well that time and then really realizing what it took to get there. So soak up every bit of knowledge from everyone that you meet. Obviously, you should make it a goal to really connect with all these people that you get on see on Fridays, and really learn where they're coming from. And if you're interested in something, tell Dr. B that she will find someone for you. It is literally how she is. Like I said, say yes, it's worth it. Always say yes. Advice for current students: make friends in sport management. I know I already mentioned that. It literally helps so much. It as a person, not just because of sport management. It's great to have friends, obviously, but it's also great to have like-minded friends and people who know what you're talking about when you're talking about it. I can't go to everybody and go, well, yada, yada, yada wants to sell their team, and here's why it's a big deal. And they'll know exactly what I mean by that. People here will. Use LinkedIn and listen to Dr. B. These are really obvious. Use LinkedIn. It's really that simple. Check it twice a day. I've made a habit of checking it first thing in the morning when I check Twitter, because I read Twitter the way you read the news. So that's pretty nice. And then ask people you look up to for things. They might say yes. A good example of this is we had assignment this this semester for student professional interviews, and I reached out to my favorite comedian, expecting he would not respond, and I did one of my student professional interviews with him. So shout out Dan Cummins for that. You are so dope. So it's really cool to learn from him about how he runs his organization in Bad Magic. So very cool. Your heroes might say yes. That's a good thing to note. So my advice about the program is to buy in. You will hear Valeska say this about a million times, and you will literally start to hate this phrase, but buy in. Really just do it. It will turn out for you. It has only been a semester for me, and I've seen so much growth in myself. And I pay tribute to this program and Dr. B every time. Go on trips. I went on a trip to Memphis before I even started. It was great for me. I got to know people. I got to know Dominic and Amanda and different people like that. And but also it's so good for you. You meet so many people. You get to understand their jobs and what they're doing. So do your work, like actually do it. There's a ton of it, and I am aware of this, and I understand you get behind, and I understand Dr. B has these lax deadlines. Those lax deadlines suck when it comes to the end of it, and there's a million assignments, and then you're trying to play catch up. It's very difficult. And it's very draining. And then build a relationship with Dr. B. She is your greatest resource. It literally is exactly what it says. But she can't help you if she doesn't know you. That's the first thing she would tell you. But also on top of that, like she is, like I said previously, like your biggest fan. And it's very cool to have someone who wholeheartedly just actually cares and like actually wants to see you do the best for yourself. So in conclusion, I experienced so much this semester, and I'm so happy with how I've grown. And yeah, so that's it.